Yo, what is going on, everybody? My name is Chase, and welcome back to ChasePacks. All right, today's video. It's not the most exciting video. I shouldn't even. I mean, saying that at the beginning of your YouTube video is kind of wild, right? It's Perfect Order. Released a couple days ago, March 27th. Shooting this video the 29th. It is unfortunately just not a super, I guess, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you want to look at it. Most probably would call it unfortunate that it's not a hype set. A lot of people don't really enjoy the set. Watched a couple rip and ships. Yeah, I've been watching a couple rip and ships the past couple days. A lot of rip and ships are already dropping their prices on the single packs. And if you know, like, you can kind of judge and gauge how hype a set's going to be when the rip and ship, or just tracking the rip and ship and how many packs are being opened live every night. And it looks like a lot of these rip and ships, people are already just kind of done ripping Perfect Order. They're moving back to Ascended Heroes, Prismatic, Destined Rivals, stuff like that. So it's been 2 days and people are already just kind of over opening it. The booster box has held relatively strong. It dipped a little bit below 200. We'll get to it. We'll cover some cards and some sealed in this video. But it dipped below 200 for, hours, right? I think the lowest one I saw sold was like 190 or something like that. Real close to 180. It might have been in the 180s, close enough. But yeah, I think they averaged out like around 210 average solds past couple days, if I remember correctly. But not a hype set. And here's the thing: it's like, it's not surprising. People were. I was expecting this. I was like, man, after Mega Evolution base set release, I was like, this is an awesome base set. And then Phantasmal Flames release, I'm like, this set honestly kind of stinks in my opinion, outside of the Charizard, which is enough to keep that box. What is it, like 370 now? And then we got Ascended Heroes, which is insanely good, insanely popular. And then we get Perfect Order. And as soon as I saw, I think it's Nihil Zero. Yeah, Nihil Zero. It's got like 3 different names, I feel like. I'm gonna call it Nihil Zero, the Japanese version of Perfect Order. Once I saw those leaks, I was like, uh-oh, here we go. We got a set that's not gonna be too hype. And you shouldn't say that till you see all the cards. Like, we saw some featured Pokemon in the box art. We saw, the box art. We saw some cards. And a lot of people jumped the gun. I tried to hold my tongue, but once you see the featured Pokemon, once you see the Pokemon that are going to be featured in the set, like most likely going to get SIRs, you can kind of get a good judge for what the set's going to be like. And as soon as I saw, Meowth, Mega Starmie, everybody clown Mega Starmie, which I get, it is a little goofy. Mega Clefable, Mega Zygarde, I was like, okay, if those are the Pokemon that get SIRs, then this set is not going to be too popular. And even though those cards aren't cheap, this set is still not popular. Even though this booster box is averaging over $200 sale price on TCG Player, this set is not that popular. You could judge that. I think a good judge of character is the Rip and Ship, in my personal opinion. So, and obviously it's the cheapest booster box we have out there right now. So let's cover some seals. Let's cover some of the singles, just to give you guys what the prices are currently on all this stuff. So we'll cover the booster box. I always comment on the box art. I know a lot of people think that's goofy, but as a collector, even as an investor, I appreciate good box art. I like my boxes to look good when they're sitting and I'm looking at them. I'm not even going to look at the chart because it's only been out for 2 days. These pre-sale prices are what they are. 240, whatever. Market price 212, and last solds 217, 217, 212, 217, and 202. If we go down here on the chart, in the last 2 days, 476 of them have sold for an average price of $208. So, yeah, they were pre-selling at the middle of February for 197 and 190s. And this is obviously an average price, right, guys? So they didn't all sell for $208. So a lot of those, like I said before, they dropped below 200 for like a certain amount of hours, and they went back up. They recovered extremely quickly, which was kind of surprising, I guess. $200 for me, I feel like that's like mentally like a space, like in the current market we're in. As soon as a box goes below $200 in this market, I can see people just being like, well, regardless of how the set is, regardless if I like the set or not, it's below $200, I'm going to buy it. And yeah, the market just didn't want it to be under $200. So that's why it's sitting at an average price sold of $208. So there's the booster box. I brought up the booster box case. Some people like to know these prices. This price, let's see, the last solds 1,177, 1,187, 1,197. If you bought it here at the high prices down here, the three highest one out of the five, that averages out to like $199 a box. So, yeah, if you're into investing and you're investing every set, I know a lot of people pick and choose what sets they invest in, and some people just buy a case or boxes of every set that is released. So, probably, I'm going to guess if you want to get a case of Perfect Order, I don't think it'd be a bad idea to get it now, to be honest. The Pokemon Center ETB, $133 market price, last solds, 137, 130, 122, 135, 133. I enjoy PC ETBs. And this is how I always, not always, I usually always try to get on Pokemon Center, get in the queue, and get at least one PC ETB of every set, which is something as a collector I like to do. I got in the queue for this box, and usually I'll just wait until I'm either it's sold out or I get in and I get some. I sat in the queue for like 35 minutes, honestly, and then I had the option to leave and go do something, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm done. I just got out of the queue and I just left. I wasn't too worried about it, so that kind of let me know mentally, like as I got in my car and drove away, I was like, wow, yeah, this set isn't very good because even with like I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a good example. Yeah, I mean, this is the only set that I would just willingly left a queue that I probably was going to be able to get some. Um, so that was just like mentally for me, it was something I went, wow, this set. I mean, at least for me, and I know a lot of people out there, just it's not doing it for them. The regular Elite Trainer box, market price 76, last sold 69, 73, 73, 75, 75. I will not. I mean, if I pick up any of these ETBs, I'll probably buy one. I'll probably buy one for the collection, just throw it in there. I'll just if I just see one at Target, see one at Walmart, see one at Meijer, I'm not going out of my way to get this. To be honest with you, there's probably one thing on one of these tabs that I will possibly go out of my way to get at a certain point. Everything else, if it comes my way for MSRP, then maybe. Yeah, maybe. The booster bundle, one of my favorite products, to be honest. Market price $42. Last sold 43, 43, 44, 40, and 44 for the booster bundle. Honestly, this is probably something I'd pick up. I'd buy one of these just to rip the set. I'd probably buy a couple of these, to be honest. If I was in Target, I probably would buy two of these just to get a feel for the set to open it. This isn't something that I'd open a lot of. I mean, opening one booster bundle, opening two booster bundles is gonna be enough for me. I know that might be weird to say considering I haven't opened any, but I've seen all the cards in it. I've seen the rip and ships. I know I'm kind of dogging the set, and I hate to do that. I really do, because nowadays I don't think Pokemon releases bad sets. Like, in my opinion, I don't have any kind of competitive play edge to how I see sets. None of that. So I'm purely looking at it for the art, the collectability, and then, like I said, I'm a passive collector who accidentally invests, is kind of how I categorize myself. Yeah, again, I don't think Pokemon releases bad sets anymore. I think Sword and Shield base was just god awful, in my opinion. And this Perfect Order is much better than Sword and Shield base. And again, Pokemon's releasing such banger sets that it's almost like it's Perfect Order came at the wrong time for how Pokemon. It came at the wrong time considering how many awesome sets we've been getting. So again, I hate to shit on the set, but for the time that it's in, it is not great. No, we didn't cover the market price. Yeah, it's $7.03, $7.03 for these. $8 sold, $8 sold, 6 quantity, $8 sold, $8 sold, $8 sold. I was watching a Nostalgianomics rip and ship, and I think he had them listed for like $8 on night one. And I think literally the next night he dropped them down like 50 cents or something. He dropped them down into the $7 range in one night, after one night of rip and ships, which is kind of wild. Shows you what the demand is. Here's the Zygarde Hyper Rare. Market price $184. If I'm not mistaken, it is the most expensive card in the set currently. 180, 180, 178, 176, 181 for the hyper rare. Meowth, this is SIR. This is, I'll put it up there as probably my second favorite card out of this set entirely. I have to go with the Mega Starmie, to be honest. But the 138 market price for the Meowth here, 130, 139, 134, 139, 139 for the last solds for the Meowth. I like the artwork on that, I do. Mega Zygarde, I've said it before, colors look nice. Mega Zygarde as a Pokemon just doesn't do a whole lot for me at all. Market price 117, last solds for this one, 113, 110, 110, 113, 110 for the Mega Zygarde there. Rose's Encouragement, this is a nice trainer card. I don't like trainer cards. I don't collect trainer cards. But if I was going to pull a trainer card, I wouldn't hate pulling this one. $84 market price, last solds 83, 84, 82, 83. I'm almost certain this is going to probably continue to go down. Trainer cards in general aren't super popular. The English variants in the English side of the hobby, they're not super popular, especially compared to how they were at one point. $86, $86, $85. Okay, so the listings are kind of keeping up with market price. It's still early, guys. Obviously, it's only been 2 days since this released. My favorite card from the set, the Mega Starmie. I know everybody clowned the Mega Starmie, right? And I get it. It looked super goofy. Just the image of the Pokemon itself, but this card looks great. I think this is a really, really nice card. It is my chase of the set, and I mean, honestly, I'm surprised this isn't higher up on the list price wise. $75 market price, 72 last sold, 74, 72, 79, and 73 for the Mega Starmie. I'd like to see this card get down to what? I mean, like the $60 range. I'd probably consider picking it up around that price. I like the card. I don't like it that much. As you can tell, there's not a whole lot that I'm really clamoring for in this set, to be honest. But the Mega Clefable, nice artwork, $72 market price. Last sold 73, 70, 72, 72, and 70 for that one. The Clefairy, honestly, the more I see this card, this is like slowly becoming one of my favorite cards in the set. Really nice card, $35 market price. Last solds on this one, 36, 36, 36, 36 all the way through there. The Descent, I think I'm saying that right. Market price $28. It is a special illustration rare. Last solds 31, 30, a $5 sale there for some reason. 27 and 28 for that card there. The Drapion is really nice. Really, there's some good illustration rares in here. They're not terrible. Not terrible. I mean, when I went through the whole card list, there is not one illustration rare that is over $10 in this entire set. So the Drapion is a nice looking artwork though. I like that a lot. $3 market price in all the sales besides one or, well, no, okay. $225, $313, $224, $225, and $342 for the Drapion illustration rare. The Raticate, I like this one mainly just because I'm a Gen 1 guy. Market price $344, last solds $350, $350, $334, $55, and $350 for that one. The Doublade, this seems to be relatively popular. A lot of people like this artwork. The Pokemon is just absurd, in my opinion. I mean, come on. It's absurd, but people seem to like it. And I don't know if it's because people like the Pokemon or they just think the artwork's cool. The artwork is kind of nice, I'll be honest. Market price $469. Somebody bought 5 of them at $7. $435, $450, $441, and $432. Last souls on that one. The Talonflame's a nice little artwork. Market price $362. Last solds $247, $449, $314, $357, and $365 for the Talonflame. The Rowlet, I think, could be wrong. I'm pretty sure the Rowlet is the most expensive illustration rare in the set. Market price $744. Last sold $730, $754, $737, $20, and $719. The Dedenne is a nice artwork. I like this artwork. The Dedenne as a Pokemon is pretty cool too. This is up there for one of the more expensive illustration rares. $705 market price. Last sold $8, $750, $8, $692, and $650 for that one there. And last but not least, the Esper. Nice looking artwork. Honestly, I think the illustration rares, I like the artwork for the illustration rares. The Pokemon themselves, not all my favorite. But the illustration rares are super cheap, and the artwork looks nice. And honestly, I don't think it'd be a terrible idea to buy a handful of these. Maybe try to, I don't know. I just feel like these, I mean, obviously they're going to go up in price eventually, right? But like, what was like the Raticate at $344? Like, eventually this is going to be a $10 card. I know people make plays like that. You know, you buy 10 of them. That's not what I do. I mean, that's not something I really enjoy. But there's probably a little bit of opportunity in these illustration rares, to be honest. The artwork's nice. Last sold is $5.49, $6.50, $6, $6.19, and $6.50. But we'll end it there, guys. I'll wrap it up by saying this. Perfect Order is the definition of a mid set, in my opinion. Yeah, I could go without it. If I didn't open any of it, I'd be okay. If I got none of the cards out of the set, I would be okay with it. But with the way the market is, and you could argue that Chaos Rising is I would argue that Chaos Rising is better just for the sole fact that it has the Mega Greninja in it. But the market's too hot, and I think these sets will come and go. People will pull the Mega Greninja. It'll be expensive. Everybody will like the Mega Greninja. Perfect Order. Everybody will forget about it. And then once Chaos Rising's gone, we're moving on. We're looking forward to the 30th anniversary. We have Gen 10. That's not until 2027, it seems, but I think the hobby just blows right past these two sets. I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters if they're weak. You put these two sets about a year ago, I think it could have had more of an effect on the market, but I don't really think it's going to affect the market at all. I mean, buying might slow down. You might see some buys slow down, or all the money that would have went into these sets, that if they were good, would have went into these sets, will go elsewhere. People will put more money into Prismatic, more money into Destined Rivals, more money into sets they like. And again, a lot of that money would have went to these sets if they were, well, better. But they're not, and the market's insane. But let me know in the comments how you guys feeling about Perfect Order. I was going to ask Chaos Rising, but we'll save that for another video. Perfect Order, how do you feel about it? Are you guys ripping it? Are you going to invest in it? Are you completely passing up on this set? I'd love to know down in the comments. Let me know. If you guys are enjoying the videos, leave a like, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.